Today on Suncoast View, a new passenger ferry on the Suncoast. It's looking like a done deal, but some residents say the problems aren't on the water, they might be here on land. We'll discuss.
And we're getting closer to the perfect weather to curl up with a good book. From a new mystery novel to a biography about a legendary artist, Bookstore One brings all its fall reading lists.
The Suncoast may be home to people of all ages, but are we the welcoming community we think we are? We kick off this week learning what it means to be age-friendly. All that and more right now on Suncoast View.
And welcome to the show. Stephanie is off today, but I'm very happy to be joining such wonderful ladies. And a big welcome to Nikki Logan Curran of Hitched and Honey.
Thank you.
Nice to start the week.
Fun. I know, it's my favorite way to end the day.
Oh, there you go.
Now, Nikki, a lot of people know you from, all of the organizations that you're part of, but Hitched and Honey, I'm sure you get the question a lot, what is Hitched and Honey? And Edible Sarasota answered that question in their latest issue.
Yeah, Megan Greenberg and I sat for a nice chat, and really, it's everything that David and I have always done. It just now has a name. We're volunteering. We're doing everything from DJing to decor and officiating weddings. So yeah, it's been about 2 years now, and it's been really, really special to share that with him and do all the stuff that we love. So yeah, it's really sweet. Megan did a great job. She did. She's a great writer.
It's difficult because you're kind of merging all the things that you do. You perform weddings and you organize events and sit on boards and farm to table a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it's nice that somebody can make it so everyone understands.
Yeah, and especially farm to table, because they did an amazing farm guide in the issue, which is every farm and local purveyor. So it's a lot of work and really beautiful. So if nothing else, make sure you pick it up for that.
And you're perfect for this because you and your husband have a great relationship.
We do.
Which is so rare. And you work together and don't fight.
I know, it's awesome.
Who can do that?
I know, because you don't just do weddings, but if you do weddings, you want a couple that's
like
a nice
each
example.
Yeah. We're so busy, so when we actually hang out together, it's
kind of
really
like
good,
each other.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, I know you mentioned that Edible Sarasota issue. It unfolds a whole lot of great issue to grab.
I don't know if you can see on air,
So,
but
wow.
it's quite the farm centerfold, which for us foodies is very sexy.
Very nice and very timely, because we're also going to be talking about Eat Local Week. Well, we're happy to have, speaking of eating and local, we have a great person in the kitchen today, Chef Antoine from C'est La Vie. Welcome. What are we making today?
Today we're gonna make a grandmother tart.
A grandmother tart?
Yeah, it's like a Normandy tart. It's with apple and
wow.
some great
Normandy
stuff.
tart with apple. Now, I heard you mention before that this is actually a traditional, almost countryside dessert, correct?
Exactly.
Nice.
I like the idea. I want to taste it.
Yes. So, if you visit C'est La Vie, whether downtown or at University Town Center, their pastry counter looks amazing. And they're bringing
You just
something.
can't stop eating everything.
They think that we can actually make this, they were saying.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, I'm sure you can.
I know.
No, I'm a terrible baker. There's science to baking. It's not like you can just throw stuff in like regular
Well, maybe
cooking.
with the four of us, we can figure it out.
Yeah,
How about
put our
that?
heads together.
With him, we can figure it out.
We're glad
in
that
good
Chef
hands.
Antoine's here, and we can't wait to join you later on in the show. Well, something else that's very exciting this week is we are kicking off Age-Friendly Week here on Suncoast View. So all week we're going to be celebrating different aspects of what it means to be age-friendly, and this is all part of the Patterson Foundation's initiative for the Age-Friendly Festival, which we're going to be learning about a little later on in the show. But keep watching all week. We're going to give you all of the different ways and different facets of what it means to be age-friendly. I often think about our show, we are age-friendly.
Yeah, we got a variety of everybody.
Yes, we do. And we're nice to each other. The thing is, we're not that different. We are not that different. Millenniums we talk about a lot. I have so much in common with them.
But I think that's what we've learned from being on the show, because we've interacted. And I think a lot of people don't get that interaction with different age groups. So that's why the effort to bring age-friendly to the community is good, because I wouldn't know how much
older
we are
people feel.
alike.
Yeah.
We didn't get to hang out together.
That's true, breaking down kind of preconceived notions.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to learn more a little later on in the show. But it is time for our first hot topic. And could Suncoast traffic and parking be significantly cut down with one new route? Well, some say yes, and the answer lies on the bayfront, or rather, in the bay itself. A ferry service is set to travel between Sarasota and Anna Maria Island, and the project is looking more likely to become approved. It just became approved, and some charter captains are eager to bridge Sarasota and Bradenton mainland with the barrier islands like Anna Maria Island. the 35 to 40-minute drive that it takes to get from Sarasota to Anna Maria could be cut down to just 28 minutes via water. Well, critics say that it's a nice idea, but the proposed docking points, Bradenton Riverwalk and specifically 10th Street Boat Ramp in Sarasota, they lack the parking spots that would be necessary for passengers to board and actually use the ferry. So do you think that this ferry could be an answer?
I think it's a great idea. I would
It
have
sounds
all
good.
my guests on that boat every time I have guests, but I don't see it cutting traffic from Bradenton to Sarasota because people are going to work. I get on 41 every morning, people are going to work. They're not going out and then have to take a Uber or something into their job.
Yeah.
So I don't think it'll help everyday traffic. But we're a tourist town.
We
so,
are.
So we got
and
a
it
lot
would
of
be a
tourists.
destination. But the
Yeah.
10th Street boat ramp is not a destination. Like, it's the worst
Well, that is the
parking
problem.
all the time.
There are only
I
14.
thought that was a good idea.
It is a great idea because it's a large enough parking spot, a lot, but there are only 14 spots designated for cars.
Oh.
The
They're all
rest are
trailers.
designated for cars with
Really?
boats. So that would be something. That's what the critics are saying. It's a great idea. There are limited parking spots on Anna Maria, so if people did take the ferry over, that would be good.
Right.
But where are you going to park?
You need to Uber to the ramp.
They're
We've
talking
been
about
talking
that.
about
That
this
is
for
funny.
20 years. As long as I've been here, it comes up and then it gets to be forgotten. Maybe as we work in the Bayside there.
That's what I was thinking.
it
The
can be worked in.
Bayfront 2020 project, all of this could be considered, and so we can incorporate it where you can get parking. Because I'm sure, let's say you park at the Van Wezel parking lot and you walk over it, then you have another issue because the people at Van Wezel need the parking for,
Right.
So then there's always going to be a concern, even if you park somewhere else. You park downtown and Uber here, then you're still leaving your car downtown, so you're still taking away good parking spots from those
Right.
people.
And we
Yeah.
don't want massive parking on the bayfront.
Right.
We don't want to look out there and see nothing but
Yeah.
cars.
That is one of the things that's so attractive about our bayfront. And what it is a good idea that someone could Uber or Lyft, take a ride service in, but I think once you start to add one more level of transportation
Right.
to that
Then it
trip,
becomes inconvenient.
it becomes less and less likely that people will do it.
Maybe
Yes.
they could build a garage with a beautiful event space on top.
Yes.
And then it would be
That-
something that we can
That's
all
a good
use.
idea.
That'll see, call Nikki. That's a great idea.
No,
has the
I'm not on
fun
that committee.
But it is, we are excited about the idea of the ferry, but
Oh,
there are
yeah, I
still
love
some
the
things
idea.
to work out. Well, you cannot argue that the Suncoast arts organizations don't benefit from the influx of seasonal residents, but the time that their patrons spend in traffic can affect the time that the curtain goes up. Parking problems and slow traffic have proven to be a problem for arts organizations, even our neighbors in Tampa at the Straz Center. They have experienced this same problem. In past seasons, the theater has admitted to holding their curtain time for up to 40 minutes to accommodate late patrons. Well, this season, they're working with the city of Tampa to improve parking options around the center. They've increased shuttles and trolleys, but the theater's also working to educate their patrons to actually plan ahead. So I like this. It's up in Tampa, but this is a problem that we have here on the Suncoast. If you try to go to the Opera House or anywhere downtown for any of our arts organizations, around that 7 o'clock, 7:30 time,
Right. Yeah.
you
There's
can't
no
get in.
parking.
But they're nice. I've never seen our local locations hold the curtain. They're getting on
I
time.
have. I have several. I've been in. They didn't hold it 40 minutes, but they were holding it and watching for like 10 minutes or 15 minutes. But usually it was because of a special backup. But you wait 40 minutes, I'm out of there.
Bye.
Yeah.
I'm not going to wait 40
Right.
minutes.
So you can only, like Tampa, they're doing in Straz, you can work with the city to get more spots or more spaces or shuttles. But what I think a lot of our organizations are doing is they're trying to let the patrons know you can get here early. Madison's, for
Right.
example, is at
Pre-show
Van
dining.
Wezel. They're encouraging you get here an hour early, eat here so you're already parked.
And the
makes a
West Coast
huge
Black
difference.
Theater says if you're not here at 10 of 8, we sell your tickets.
Yeah.
So you hurry to get there.
That's an
Right.
interesting, there actually is a clause on the back of most tickets, if you have a printed ticket still,
by a certain time.
that says that you do forfeit if you don't show up within a certain time. I don't know that all of the organizations will enforce that.
I think having something to do in the facility, and I think that's why, the pre-show dining with Madison's at the Van Wezel has been so great because you get there long before the
Yes.
traffic gets there. You have a nice, relaxing meal. You don't have to drive. And so it takes that pressure of getting a parking spot and, and running to the bar and grabbing a quick drink before you go into the show. So there's all this stress before you even just plop down into your seat. So
Do I go to the bathroom or do I get a drink? What do I do?
Well, I thought it
divide
was
and conquer.
I thought it was kind of funny they're going to educate their patrons. You're educating 50, 60-year-old people who haven't been educated up until now to plan
Come on,
ahead.
this is age-friendly week.
It's not saying it's not in a bad way. It's just saying, not everyone knows all the different parking options. Not everyone knows all
Maybe
where
it's
the
your first first
all the
time there.
options are. Even if you're not your first time. I don't know, and I'm in the city. Like, I need to be reminded about different things.
Yeah, and I think it's more an idea of they're educating them to the options that are available.
Yeah.
So they can get there
Where you
earlier.
can park if you can't park here.
Yeah.
Or if you
I
don't
know
mind
secret
paying.
places around Sarasota.
Yeah.
Okay, they're parking garages, but
All right, well, you've heard of binge watching. This is the practice of watching multiple episodes of a show in one sitting, Bobeth. The Netflix binge watching game has gotten a lot more intense, and it's even brought about a new phrase, binge racing. It's not just about holding a mini marathon of a new show for yourself. Now the goal is to finish the entirety of a new season, which could be anywhere from 8 to 15 hours.
Yeah, in one day.
In a single 24-hour period. Sounds perfectly reasonable.
It does.
Netflix says 8.4 million members have participated in some form of binge racing, and the top binge raced shows include the Gilmore Girls revival, Fuller House, and Marvel's The Defenders.
Okay.
All right, Bobeth, we know that you do this. You've told us on the show before.
I do this, but not to those shows.
I've never seen any of those shows.
me either.
But
like-
it's the whole practice, though, of any show that that you have
But
entire
it's
season.
so good because you don't have to wait a week for the next episode. When you watch a show, you really get into it, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh my God, now I got to wait till next Sunday. Now
So
you
what's your-
don't. You just watch it right then. You just don't do anything else that day. Just understand that you will be extremely unproductive.
What's your guilty pleasure? So which one is yours?
I've done like Game of Thrones, which is really
Yeah.
bad because Game of Thrones is an hour long. So it's like really you're sitting there for some time.
Well, I think I need a psychiatrist because I can't do that. I feel so guilty sitting there after the first one. I mean, my mind is saying, get up and you've got to get up and do something. And then I'm mad because I had to get up and do something.
You don't need a psychiatrist. That's actually good. What I'm doing is wrong,
this
Linda.
is probably therapy for you.
fun.
Well,
you should do it. It was good therapy.
It can be tough, though, I think, because I've tried to do this to catch up with shows. And if it's a drama or something intense like Game of Thrones, I find after a couple episodes,
You're
first of all, I
exhausted.
need to get away from the TV, but I need
Right.
something lighter,
Oh, no.
just to break up that
No,
genre.
I just go. Just keep going. And it doesn't even matter. I'll literally sit there for a full 24 hours, sometimes the entire
Oh
weekend,
my
so it's
God.
48 hours.
All
so
of me and the
literally
rest
from
of the working
Friday
moms in the
night,
world. I'm so jealous of
Yes.
you right now.
and I just maybe like, sometimes I don't even get up to get something to eat. I literally just stay in that one spot on my couch.
Well, that's your version, though. I
sounds
mean,
awesome.
I don't want to. I presume that's kind of your version, though, of
Unwinding, and I let
meditating.
everything
Meditating,
go.
closing out the world.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't answer phone calls. I don't do anything.
Meanwhile,
No
I am
text, no
outside
emails.
painting my outdoor furniture.
Yeah.
I'm mad, you're happy, so
Yeah.
who's doing the best thing?
I know, we got to get Linda binge racing. Well, and people can binge race Suncoast View. I don't know.
My mom
I don't know
says
how many people have.
I need a psychiatrist. She says I'm
We could
depressed.
just change
So
them.
nobody's winning.
Yes, there you go.
Well, you're having more fun.
My mom thinks I'm depressed because I do this.
Oh.
Well, this should perk you up if you're a Justin Timberlake fan, like I am. These fans, all of us, we got some great news this weekend when the pop star announced that he will once again headline the Super Bowl halftime show. JT made the announcement on Twitter last night in a comedy sketch with Tonight Show host Jimmy Fallon. Timberlake's previous 2004 halftime performance, you might remember with Janet Jackson, was overshadowed by the famous wardrobe malfunction, revealing Jackson's breast to TV audiences and costing CBS over $500,000 in fines. Timberlake said he hopes to put together a performance that feels like it unifies everybody, and that at some point during the 12-minute show, quote, he hopes everybody is shaking their booty. What do you think? Are you excited to see him back?
Not really. I kind of feel like he hasn't had anything out lately. So what is he going to perform? Am I the skeptic?
Now, if he came back with Janet Jackson,
Yeah, then
all eyes would be
Yes,
on the...
that is true.
I don't think he needs Janet for. I don't think he needs
For a
any.
costume
I love
malfunction?
him. I love him so much. But I had to explain to my kids what's a wardrobe malfunction today, and I was like, "Oh, we're getting old. They don't even know the Janet Jackson
Yes.
scandal." But no, I think he's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I think so too.
I don't even like
He's
football,
a
but I
Renaissance
like
man to me.
halftime.
Totally. I will
And
now. This
yeah.
is on the calendar now. Before I couldn't have even told you who would have played a week before.
Oh, now you know.
I
But
don't know,
now,
yeah.
saw him in concert, and he's a great showman. He's he's what I aspire to be.
Plus,
he's a modern
fun,
guy.
and he's a nice guy.
I feel like he is too. I don't know him, but I just
We
feel like I
should
do.
know him,
And
Joey.
he has sunshine in his pocket.
Exactly. Well, I was going to say he's bringing sexy back, but hopefully not the way he did in 2004.
We went to the Super Bowl in Atlanta, and I was so excited because Tina Turner was dancing.
Oh,
we
that's
ended up behind, we had great tickets, behind the stage. I never saw Tina Turner except on the big screen.
no.
So going to the games is not often the best way to see those shows.
Right, sure, because a lot of times you'll
Yeah.
watch it on the Jumbotron, which you could do in the comfort of your
Right,
own
yeah.
house.
Yes.
Yeah.
In between episodes of Game of Thrones.
There you go.
All right, well, we're going to check another happy hour forecast, and when we come back, we're going to kick off Age-Friendly Sarasota Week.
Good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan with your happy hour forecast and the first alert forecast. We have a line of showers and intense thunderstorms making their way through the Gulf of Mexico right now. In fact, there's been some rough weather in Pinellas County just as of late, and that is all kind of headed our way. It's the actual cold front that is going to usher in some much cooler air. The winds behind here out of northwest fashion will usher in the coldest air of the season. You can see that big storm now right there over Pinellas County, causing all sorts of headaches with some heavy rainfall, some frequent lightning, some very gusty winds as well. Marine warning out for this particular area. Not much going on in Manatee County, some light rain there, some heavier storms near Arcadia. This is all prefrontal trough. The actual cold front still well back here to the west of us, and we are anticipating that to be moving off toward the southeast throughout the evening. So we'll see that continue to move in our direction. We'll look for much cooler air to filter in behind it. Right now it's 83 and the dew point temperature is at 75. Humidity.
We want the Suncoast to be a place that people of all ages can live and thrive, and Sarasota County is part of a worldwide initiative to make that happen. Deborah Jacobs is the president and CEO of the Patterson Foundation, and she joins us today to tell us what age-friendly Sarasota is all about. Welcome, Deborah.
Great to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you.
We're very happy you're here. We know that we're going to be hearing this phrase, this designation, quite a bit. Tell us exactly what is age-friendly Sarasota?
Age-friendly Sarasota is the moniker for no matter what your age, from birth to whatever, it's about having a quality city that we want to be part of. So there's one thing everybody at this table has in common. Every day we're aging. So we should not think of aging as a bad word, because we don't like the alternative, whatever our age is. So it's looking at how do people, businesses, nonprofits, government, and media create the story and opportunity for people to connect about what do they want their future to be.
And this is part of a global initiative. What can the Suncoast, though, how can we benefit from, adopting this philosophy?
Yeah.
Well, whenever we try and learn from other places around the world, whether it's Japan or Denmark or Seattle, we can borrow really cool things and bring them to town, share and embrace them, or not, because we are pretty unique on our own. And Sarasota was the first community in Florida to become part of the World Health Organization's age-friendly network. And that's really like shocking, because think about it, Florida, and you say aging.
Yeah.
Sarasota County, demographically, is the oldest county in the country.
Wow.
In the nature, we are leading the nation, because now we are literally living decades longer than previous generations. I want you to think about something that was Social Security. Everybody knows about Social Security. It was put in place for people to get benefits starting at age 62 because people were supposed to die at 68.
Wow.
You weren't supposed to be around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now.
Working forever.
Guess what? We're living longer. So again, from birth, if it's good for kids, it's probably good for every generation. Just a quick think. Whether you are trying to get your baby carriage down the sidewalk, or your sports injury down the sidewalk, or your wheelchair, don't
That
you want the
makes sense.
sidewalks to be good?
Yes.
That's a good
So
point.
tell us some of the initiatives that you guys are doing locally to participate in this endeavor.
Okay, well, we've had a community study where 1,200 people participated in it. Then we did an action plan, and we thought, do people really understand what age-friendly is? So we decided, why don't we put up, Sarasota likes to party. So why don't we put on a festival so that people could come and learn? We've got over 125 different organizations coming to share how they are age-friendly.
I love it. So before we get into the festival, when I hear the word age-friendly, I automatically think of, are we taking care of our senior population? Is it only limited to taking care of the seniors?
No, seriously. It is as important for young families and older people, because again, we're aging. We can all learn from each other.
Oh, yes.
Is there anyone who wants our future to be like our past?
No.
And we're only limited by our imagination and our conversations and our embracing the possibilities. But it truly is, if it's good for teens, there's probably something in it that we think about as people who are not teens.
Sure, sure. So the whole initiative kicks off with the festival that's happening this weekend, October 28th. You said that there will be a lot of different vendors there and opportunities for conversation. Tell us what else we can look forward to.
Well, and I do want to, because this is why we're doing the festival. Age-Friendly Sarasota has been around since 2015.
Oh, wow.
Who knew about it? So that's why we're having a festival, so thousands of people can come and learn. So whether you want to come to be entertained, you can come and listen to West Coast Black Theater, or the we've got the drum line from Sarasota Military Academy there.
This is gonna be fun.
We're going to have every age, every type of art. Whether you like to be educated, I heard you talk a little bit earlier about that ferry idea. We've got a panel on nifty and novel ways to get from here to there. Okay, so I mean, whatever we've got either educational modules, entertainment modules, experiences galore for people to experiment.
It sounds wonderful. Well, we're going to be celebrating Age-Friendly Sarasota all this week on the Suncoast Review. The Age-Friendly Festival will take place Saturday, October 28th. From 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Sarasota Fairgrounds. Admission is free, and the event, like Deborah said, is geared for people of all ages. For more information about the event and the local initiatives that continue after, visit agefriendlysarasota.org. Next, we're going to ask Dr. Jenny all about prostate cancer.
This is the story of a boy who was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help, and slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
At Humana, we believe great things are ahead of you when you start with healthy. And part of staying healthy means choosing the right Medicare plan. Humana can help. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits when you're sick, but keep in mind, you'll have to pay a deductible for each. A Medicare supplement plan can cover your deductibles and coinsurance, but you may pay higher premiums than you do with other plans, and prescription drug coverage isn't included. But with an all-in-one Humana Medicare Advantage plan, you could get all that coverage plus Part D prescription drug benefits, all for an affordable monthly plan premium, and in some areas, no plan premium. It's all described in this free book and DVD. Call for yours and discover how an all-in-one Medicare Advantage plan from Humana could save you money. Call 1-855-395-9803. That's 1-855-395-9803 now.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
The prostate gland is something that most men never spend much time thinking about. However, prostate cancer is the most common cancer affecting men. And doctors now recommend that all men over 40 get regular prostate checkups. Today we asked Dr. Jenny from Age Vital Pharmacy about prostate prevention, about preventing cancer of the prostate. Okay, what is prostate cancer, Dr. Jenny?
Well, the prostate gland is right below, you know, it's a man's private area.
have this,
Yeah,
yes.
men have these issues, and there is some controversy on women having, you know, a smaller version of the prostate gland. But, you know, men, you know, they will complain about difficulty urinating as they're getting older, and the guys that are at risk are the ones that are going through andropause, which is the male version of menopause. So, you know, like all of your androgens come to a pause, so that decline in hormones causes, you know, all sorts of, you know, hormonal abnormalities in the nether regions for men
Does
in that area.
typically happen around the same time that menopause happens for women? Same
Exactly,
age?
same age, although there are some guys, some cases where men, you know, they're taking, you know, different types of medications that could affect the hormones, like antidepressants, like blood pressure pills, even allergy medications over the counter can affect hormones. So everybody could be at risk if you're not watching those hormone levels. So number one, I always tell the fellas, go get your hormones tested, specifically testosterone, progesterone, and estrogen, because a lot of guys, there's lots of controversy on there about testosterone causing prostate cancer. I'm like, well, if that was the case, 20-year-old boys, 25-year-old men
Would be the
would
worst.
have the
Yeah.
worst, right, because their testosterone levels are through the roof. So it's all about homeostasis in the body and having that perfect balance of progesterone, testosterone.
That's a new one. That's what I call it too.
But basically,
Yeah,
anybody
so-
could be at risk. You know, it doesn't just automatically when you turn 40. Oh, there,
Oh,
you know,
there you have prostate
cancer's an
cancer.
option.
Right, no, it's all prevention. So how does one go about preventing and then even possibly reversing those negative side effects? Because you do have those warning
How do you
markers.
take care of your prostate then? You know, are there foods? What do you do?
Yep, there are lots of different types of vegetables and
Well,
leafy
let's start with the
greens.
ones that maybe we shouldn't
We
be
should
eating
not
that
eat.
wouldn't be
Oh
healthy.
yeah, the negatives, right? Yeah, you want to
Foods
avoid.
to avoid.
Like,
The ones
don't
we all
eat like
like.
eat like a man. You know, I was like, feed the body or feed the cancer. That's usually what I tell people. So how are you going to not feed the cancer? By not eating fries, potatoes, sweetened beverages, so Coke, pop products, hot dogs, burnt meat. Men love burnt meat. My husband loves burnt meat, and he loves donuts. It's like you're feeding cancer, and that's cancers of all kinds. So when you're eating, you know, processed foods, saturated fats, you're feeding your cancer cells. So you're giving them fuel to metastasize and get worse and get worse and get worse.
Because studies now say that there could be carcinogens in burnt meat, correct?
Oh, absolutely,
I've heard that.
100%.
When you say
Yep.
burnt, you mean like burnt, like I really messed this up,
Like
or
a
just
steak that's
cooking it on
overdone.
a wood grill or something like that?
Yeah, like the wood grills, really burning, like it tastes like charcoal by the time, and some people
it's
love that.
delicious.
Some
I
men
do.
really
I
love
do.
that.
I
Yeah,
do.
I'm guilty. I like that too. But then how do you support those, you know, negative, you know,
Well,
things
if
that
we
you're
want to
doing?
keep our prostates healthy, what are some foods that we could consume more
should
of?
eat.
Yeah,
Yes.
try to find balance by eating greens, so leafy vegetables, so think spinach, chard, lots of lettuce. Noni is a beautiful green fruit, and it has all these antioxidants in there. So when you're thinking about foods, anti-inflammatory foods, turmeric, tomatoes are wonderful because, actually, believe it, tomatoes have that nicotine in there. A small amount of nicotine helps with the prostate. I'm not saying go out and smoke or anything.
Nicotine, like as in
That's
cigarettes?
in cigarettes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And
the
then
natural
tomatoes?
in tomatoes.
There was an interesting fruit on the bottom there, soursop.
Yep, soursop.
that.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
fruit.
a delicious
Must be
fruit.
a Jamaican fruit.
You can make it into a nice smoothie. It's delicious. You blend it. So antioxidants attack cancer cells. Everything that increases your immune system, vitamin A, vitamin E, CoQ10. But progesterone is anti-cancerous. So for men, think progesterone and an aroma dim complex.
Oh,
so
Jenny,
all of
thank
that.
you
So you're
much.
saying also see your doctor if there's any, if you are at risk, or once you hit that
Always get a
magic
second
age.
opinion. Yep, and then look up Men to Men at Sarasota Memorial Hospital. We do lots of outreach for men.
You
out
can
there.
talk to
Yep.
Dr. Jenny in person at Age Vital Pharmacy on Main Street in Sarasota, or you can get more information on her website. And coming up next, curling up with a great book with Bookstore One.
Until recently, getting older meant losing your energy, memory, sex drive, even gaining weight, but it doesn't have to.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jenny Wilkins, owner of Age Vital Pharmacy Research and Wellness. Reversing or slowing the effects of aging can be as simple as supplementing vitamins, minerals, and hormones that your body needs in order to look and feel young again. At Age Vital, we do this without taking harmful prescription drugs that often have a longer list of side effects than benefits. Growing older doesn't mean you have to feel older. Age well, Age Vital.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline if you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death. You must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Glasses and contacts. You need them to see, but they put such a strain on your life. Due to new advances in vision improvement technology, LASIK is now affordable for almost everyone, with procedures starting as low as $299 per eye, and over 1 million procedures performed by our trusted independent surgeons. LASIK surgery is a sensible, safe, and affordable solution to improve your vision. So call now to talk to a LASIK Vision Institute counselor and schedule your free evaluation.
1-800-813-0109.
Did you know that Sarasota County was the first in Florida to be recognized as an age-friendly community? Whether you're 22 or 82, we strive to be the best place to live, work, and play. A community rich with opportunities and things to do for people of all ages. On Saturday, October 28th, we're advancing this movement with a free community event featuring live entertainment and hands-on experiences. You won't want to miss our entire community coming together for an age-friendly festival presented by the Patterson Foundation.
I heard about the Detoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Detoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was. I can tell you that you will not find a finer, more professional team of clinicians anywhere in the world.
All right, every season brings a new list of great books to read. And today, Elsie Souza from Bookstore One in downtown Sarasota is here with her fall reading picks. And Elsie, this is also a great time to start thinking of gifts for the holidays.
There you go, and happy fall to everyone. And the promise of good weather starting in the middle of the week, so we're very happy.
Yes. All right.
It will happen. A sweater will happen.
Sweater weather.
But you're right. When it comes to, to the end of October, we have to start thinking of holidays, whether it's Hanukkah or Christmas, whatever. And so I chose books, a wide array, just to entice everybody, okay?
Okay.
So you can start thinking about it. So the first one is Origin by Dan Brown, who's very famous for the books he's done through the years, Angels and Demons and so forth. This one's set in Spain, and carries us through a great adventure that he does. So I would encourage someone to read Dan Brown. He's just really easy to read.
Yeah, Da Vinci Code and everything, and does it have that same mix of
Exactly.
Get your brain moving.
There you go. There you go. The next one is Grant by Ron Chernow, and you might recognize Mr. Chernow's name because he's the gentleman who wrote Hamilton and the great, Broadway show. Came out of that, so maybe there'll be a Grant eventually. But anyway, Grant is a great story because he was not only a great general, but he had great ups and downs in his life and managed to come back again. He became a president, but then he went into like a bankruptcy failure. But then he wrote the greatest memoirs that have ever been done by a United States president, and Chernow really captures him.
Oh, really?
So life was not always kind to General Grant, but he came back. Jennifer Egan is one of America's finest authors, and she's come out with Manhattan Beach, which is actually a love story to New York. It's about a young woman. It's a kind of a mystery. She works at the Brooklyn Naval Yard during World War II, when many women were starting to evolve because obviously the men were off at war, and it's part mystery, so it's a great challenge. But she's a great writer, so I encourage Manhattan
That sounds good,
Beach.
yeah.
And so far, all of these could go to a wide range of people if you're buying gifts.
Absolutely. John Green is probably the greatest of what we have as current youth, teenage authors.
Oh, really?
And but believe me, you could read this and really love it. So his latest book, is Turtles All the Way Down. And it's almost autobiographical because he has severe compulsive disorders. And this book is based on compulsive disorders.
Oh, really?
And-
How
and-
interesting.
Yes, so
So
it's
he
very
probably used his
fascinating.
experiences to tell the book story. Wow.
Is it aimed at young adults?
It is
That's
indeed.
very interesting because you know that young adults are being diagnosed with different disorders a lot earlier now.
Exactly, and he is captured for all of them. He also wrote, one of his previous books was about young people having cancer and whatever, so he just deals with issues that we might not, but he knows how to, and he's beloved by the...
I read the one before and I loved it. I
Right.
didn't know it was for young adults.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't. That's how good he is. That's how good he is. The other big biography of the year is Leonardo da Vinci by Walter Isaacson, who wrote the great book on Steve Jobs. If you read that, and if you didn't, just know that he is indeed another great author. And Leonardo da Vinci is known as probably the greatest artist, but also scientist that who we've ever had. Great illustrations in it. Great reading, so you'll learn a lot about Da Vinci and, about the times and how brilliant he was. And, he invented things. He thought about submarines. He thought about hot air balloons, airplanes, whatever. So, he was a man before his time.
Well, does the book take you a little further? Because I know we've had so many different stories about Da Vinci. So does the book give you a bit more of an insight into the time?
He really gave, Isaacson really digs deep, and he really has done a great job of the times of Leonardo and about Leonardo himself.
So great, too, if somebody has just traveled to Europe or is about to go to have this background and then be able to see some of his work. It gives you context.
And the other thing that's happening, too, related to Da Vinci, there's a major one of his masterpieces that's just been found like a couple of years. I think it might have been in private hands. It's going up for auction. And
we saw that. Yes.
Right.
Very timely.
Probably over 100 million.
Yeah, more than we can afford.
So I had to bring in a cookbook. I mean, whether you cook or not, you need a cookbook. And Sweet is by Yotam Ottolenghi, who is one of my favorite authors of cookbooks. He has many restaurants in London, and this one is called Sweet, and it's all about wonderful sweets. And he's from Israel, so he does a lot of different...
Turn it around so you can see some of the sweets that are on the back.
Yeah,
it looks incredible. I'm drooling over here looking at them.
Yeah, exactly. He does very different things. He uses a lot of pistachios and Middle Eastern kinds of flavors.
So not just like regular sugars, just find ways to caramelize. Oh,
exactly.
Okay. All right, and the last book.
About singing?
Sing on, right. It's by Jasmine Ward, who's a great African-American author. And I say that because she epitomizes the best of what's going on in the genre. And this is about a family in Mississippi, and I highly recommend it. Between Jasmine Ward and Jennifer Egan, they represent the best of American authors in fiction right now.
We have our Christmas list done.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Reading for everyone.
And you can say this represents the best of American.
Well, you guys can find these books and many more at Bookstore One in downtown Sarasota, or you can just go to their website, Sarasota Bookstore, books.com, and then you can actually get all this and many more. Next, one of our favorite topics, we're going to be celebrating our local food sources. We'll be right back.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights. Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-683-9262.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Good afternoon, I'm Jacqueline Matter. Here's what we're working on for 5 o'clock. The future of fire services in Venice. A group of community members will have a big say in whether the city should consolidate with the county. Plus, an upgrade at the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, what passengers will soon notice at SRQ. Now let's get a check on our first alert weather forecast with Bob Harrigan.
Thanks, Jacqueline. Right now we're watching a cold front approach the parts of the northern portion of the state right now. It's still well away from us, but there are some big storms associated with it. There's a special marine warning now in effect just to our north into Pinellas County and offshore. This particular cell has the potential for some small hail and even some water spouts, so we'll watch that move off to the northeast. There are some showers developing just to the west of Lombo Key as well as Anna Maria Island pushing our way. Again, that special marine warning well to the north of us. Well, more on the weather coming up at 5. See you then.
Don't miss this all-new ABC 7 investigation, Thursday at 6. Race, politics, free speech. These topics have recently dominated headlines. But what are your kids saying about the issues? This Sunday, Black Almanac is giving local children a voice in a 1-hour special presentation.
I'm Dr. Ed James. Join me and Sarasota Mayor Shelley Frielanetti for a frank discussion on race and patriotism with a group of local students.
It's a conversation you don't want to miss. Black Almanac, a special presentation Sunday morning at 7 on ABC 7.
You studied hard, went to college, and achieved your dream, but it turned into a financial nightmare. If you have federal student loans and you'd like to reduce your payments, get more time, or have your loans completely eliminated, then we have good news. With one call to Student Loan Relief Services, you can find support and guidance. We've already helped thousands of people, and we can help you too. If you have $10,000 or more in federal student loans, you can qualify for payment extensions, payment reductions, or you may qualify to have your federal student loan completely forgiven. Call Student Loan Relief Services now to find out about your options. Take control of your finances and get out from under this burden. One of our student loan experts has the answers to your questions and great solutions to ease your financial burden. We're here for you. Call Student Loan Relief Services now.
Call 800-759-0203, 800-759-0203.
We know that there are many great restaurants and great chefs here on the Suncoast, but there are also some really great local farms and food producers. Eat Local Week is designed to encourage people to utilize our local resources. And our guests, Cooper Levy-Baker and Camille Van Sant, are two people who are going to be starting this great week we're going to have. You started this movement, guys. Great idea. So how did it all begin?
Well, it started with Transition Sarasota, which is a local nonprofit which is dedicated to supporting local agricultural and local businesses. And this is actually the 7th annual Eat Local Week that we held. But the cool thing is every single year it's different. And we have new partners and businesses that we're working with every single year. And so it actually kicked off last Friday, and we've got tons of great events going on through Sunday.
So what do you hope people learn from this week?
Well, I mean, I think it's a mix. Some of the stuff is very hands-on, kind of DIY, how to grow food in your own yard, which is really fun. Other things, we had a keynote talk from somebody from the USDA talking about the farm-to-school movement, actually using local food in schools, which is really cool. And then we also just have some fun social stuff. So we've got farm-to-table dinners. There's a tour of the Moat Aquaculture Research Park, which kind of lets people know about some of the sustainable fish that's being raised right here in eastern Sarasota. And so I think if you check out the website, you'll find something cool that you'll enjoy.
Well, Camille, you brought something for us. You brought a dish.
Yes, we are Green Path Veterans Farms, and we're growing specialty crops. We have an urban farm located at Easter Seals on Braden Avenue. So I brought a green papaya to show you what's in our papaya lasagna. The green papaya, which is unripe, can be sliced and used in any zucchini dish, can be substituted for zucchini. And it doesn't have any bitterness, and it doesn't get mushy like zucchini.
You rarely hear papaya and lasagna in the same dish.
Yeah, but Florida is great that we can grow these subtropical plants, and we're very unique in our country to offer these. And we are trying to introduce these to chef-owned restaurants so that they start using these, and they're easier to grow. Zucchini's difficult to grow in Florida, yes.
Let's taste it.
I love green papaya. We're using them at
you already
some
knew
of the
this,
kids.
Of course.
Well, no, they're using some of them. There's an abundance of them at like Philippi Shores School Garden. They have a ton in their facility.
I would imagine part of this is just an education to the community to know that these farms are here, and that, like Camille was just saying, it's easier to grow certain produce here in Florida than it is some of the more common things that we might know.
Well, you don't realize there's many families don't really know about some of these vegetables. Like, you say papaya, not a lot of people will actually know what that is.
Or the kids.
Yes, and that's delicious. Now, tell me about some of the events coming up for this week.
Well, other stuff we got going on, we've got this, the Green Path Veterans Farm Farm is hosting a farm-to-table dinner on Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. Green Path is a very cool nonprofit farm that is helping returning veterans kind of build skills and entrepreneurship.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, and then so we've got that tour of the Moat Aquaculture Research Park, which is a sustainable fish farming operation in East Sarasota. That's on Thursday. Friday, we're screening a documentary called Growing Cities, which is all about using urban agriculture and urban gardening to revitalize cities. And then we're also partnering with Giving Hunger the Blues this year. So we're going to be giving Hunger the Blues, and we're going to be participating in that some too this Saturday.
I did not realize we had that many local farms.
Yeah, there's more than you think, and you kind of mentioned, you know, some of the stuff. I think we don't think of Florida as an agricultural state, but it is a huge agricultural state, and there's a lot of stuff that grows here that you can't grow anywhere else, and our growing season is very unique, and there's lots of cool stuff going on.
I have a question. Is it one of those things like the chicken and the egg? Like once people start to realize that there are these local farms, then that industry can grow more because there's more business.
Yeah, there's more demand for it. I mean, I think, you know, once people start asking for it, you know, sort of, and are going to restaurants and saying, hey, why aren't you getting your chicken from Grove Ladder Farm, which is a great farm here in Sarasota, then I think kind of then restaurants and other people will start responding to that demand.
So what's the goal for Transition SRQ?
We're trying to encourage people to start relocalizing the economy. So we're trying to encourage people to start using local produce. And one of the big missions is to reduce food waste, reduce food insecurity in our community through our gleaning programs, and also to cut carbon emissions. It's so wasteful, I mean, to be shipping in produce from so far away. It's so wasteful to the environment.
What is food insecurity?
Food is hungry people. So, I mean, you know, families in this area that you know, don't have enough money to put food on the table. And so we see these gaps in between local farms that are producing this great stuff, and then we actually have a high number of people in Sarasota County who you know, cannot afford to feed their families, and so we're trying to bridge that gap a little bit.
Oh, great. Oh, this sounds great. I heard so many things I want to do this week.
Cool.
That you've got coming
Check
up.
it out. Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool, and you'll have a great time.
It sounds like it.
And just one twist on our Farm to Table is we ask people to purchase tickets to sponsor a veteran to go.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And so,
What
because
a
they
great
can't
idea.
afford to go, and so we have veterans that are on the guest list from the Korean War all the way to Afghanistan.
Great idea. And for a list of the fun events, as a part of Eat Local Week, you can go to Transition SRQ's website. And next, we're going to listen to your view. We're going to look at some viewer emails. Sure hope they're not about me. Wasn't good last time.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today at our new kitchen and bath cabinetry locations.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
All right, well, we have an email from our viewer, Carol. She said, Linda Carson is my hero. What other woman her age can swing a meat cleaver? Well, if you missed what she's talking about, in the kitchen last week, Linda was slicing away at some ribs in the kitchen with oak and stone.
You know, like the
I couldn't understand why it wouldn't come apart. Then I realized
it was
I
the bone?
hitting the bone instead of the place between the bone. But boy, I got that bone.
I gotta know, we always talk about your bucket list on this show. Had you handled the meat cleaver before?
Yeah, I raised 4 kids. I have handled anything in a kitchen before. Those kids, 2 were boys. They ate like everything.
You're chasing a cat.
Well, you know what? You're Carol's
I felt like
hero.
that was natural.
Yeah.
She had done that
That's
before.
one way of controlling kids.
That's
okay, I've got
true.
this meat cleaver. Do
All
what
right, well,
I
I
say.
don't see a meat cleaver in the kitchen, but I do see delicious French desserts. We'll be in the kitchen with C'est La Vie.
ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veterans Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
From our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is an ABC 7 News Update.
Hello, I'm Scott Dennis. Here's what's coming up at the top of the hour. A way to beat the holiday shopping crowds. What Target is doing to lure people to buy its products. In First Alert traffic right now, US 41 backed up northbound lanes right near Fruitville Road in Sarasota. Now another look at our weather with Bob.
Scott, the cold front that's been much advertised is still well back to the northwest of us right now. Out ahead of it, prefrontal trough, bringing us some pretty heavy weather into Pinellas County right now and into the Gulf of Mexico. There was a special marine warning for this particular cell. We also have some other showers starting to pop up here just to the west of Anna Maria Island. We'll see more activity here developing through the next several hours, and these showers and maybe even a few thunderstorms will move on shore through the evening hours. We'll keep you up to date on those and the potential for any rough weather headed our way right now. No watches or warnings at this point. Details and all that at 5.
Download the all-new ABC 7 First Alert weather app now.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Attention Medicare beneficiaries. Many people with Medicare may be able to get extra benefits and don't even know they're available. You may be able to get dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage included in your plan. Call the Medicare Coverage Helpline to see if you can get the extra benefits you deserve. The Medicare Coverage Helpline is now accepting calls. You may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription drug coverage.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jason Buchwald. Making sure you go to the doctor and taking all your medications as prescribed can help protect your health. To make it easier, you may now be able to enroll in a Medicare Advantage plan that includes coverage for dental, vision, and prescription drugs. Help protect your health by choosing the right plan for you and get all the benefits you deserve.
Call to see if you may be able to get extra benefits, including dental, vision, and prescription coverage. Don't miss the annual election period deadline for Medicare Advantage. Call now. Call 800-711-7200. That's 800-711-7200.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
The cost of the project just kept going up. First it was, it started 2 to 3, then it was 6.7, then it was 25, then it became 40, then it became 52. Honestly now, I can't tell you how much it is.
Nathan Benderson Park, the World Rowing Championships were a hit, but questions over tax money are making waves. I'm Alan Cohn. Let's find answers at the Trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Coming up Tuesday on Suncoast View, Age-Friendly Sarasota Week continues. We're going to help you declutter your home for your safety, but also for your sanity. Suncoast celebrity daredevil Bello Knox stops by with a surprise stunt, plus how you can keep your pets from being scared during Halloween, and a preview of a little night music from Manatee Performing Arts Center, plus Boca Kitchen is in our kitchen.
Welcome back. We are here with Chef Antoine from C'est La Vie with the most beautiful array of desserts I maybe have ever seen on this show. So I'm excited because I'm a terrible baker. So what are we doing?
Okay, we're gonna do easy apple tart.
Okay.
Like my it's really easy. Like
when
my
you say apple tart, I don't think easy.
Yeah, no, it's really easy. I'm gonna show you, and you all gonna bake.
Okay.
And you all gonna speak French too.
Okay.
Because my English is not really perfect.
Okay. All right, so let's get started. What's first?
So we're gonna start with the dough.
Okay.
You can put let's go.
On the
You can
counter.
put really no like this.
Yeah, show it.
Let's go up. You
Okay.
take the dough with your
Look
hand. Hopla. Let's go.
Okay, now roll.
All right, let's see,
Yeah.
Linda.
Roll,
Perfect.
roll.
We know you can do a cleaver. What about
So,
a rolling pin?
So
Oh, I have a rolling pin.
And same you can peel the apple.
Okay, so I stabbed it in here and just roll
Yeah, exactly. Really fast.
really fast.
Really fast. Don't stop.
Don't stop.
Yeah.
Wow.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Yeah, exactly.
Wait.
Again. Okay.
I like that.
Stop.
I could watch that all.
Perfect. Okay. And I'm gonna show
And
you.
look at the core.
Hopla.
Wow.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
We have one apple.
All right, one.
So
Do I do another
Now,
one?
what do I do?
yeah, you can do another one.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
How's Linda
How is the
doing?
dough?
Yes.
All right, so what I do?
It's not quite round yet.
It's good. The dough is good.
It's good. It's good.
Sure.
Oops, where'd that come from?
So
Where'd
how
that little
thin is
piece of
Linda
dough
rolling
come
out
from?
that dough, Chef?
It's
And
a little
after-
crooked, but
I'm sorry.
Oh, let's see. That looks good.
We need a dough.
That's good, Linda.
Oh, so Linda, this is
Similar.
what your dough
Are
would
you
look
ready?
like.
Yeah.
how do
Yeah.
I get it over to you?
Very carefully.
Well,
Like
let's see here. This
disc
may
off.
take a long time.
Here, should we do gently?
Okay.
Lucky.
Can you break the eggs
Yes, I
inside?
can. In here?
Yeah. Perfect.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Here it comes. I'm sorry, I already have dough.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I worked so hard.
We'll sprinkle some cinnamon on it and make a little
eat it.
something.
So be careful. with
That
your
is
finger.
hilarious.
All right, so Chef, what do you have Bobeth doing here? She's mixing what's going to be the filling?
Yeah, exactly. The filling with some cream, some eggs, and some sugar.
That
Mine
sounds like
didn't
everything
work.
I love.
Yeah, and
Oh, I didn't put the sugar in.
Oh,
yeah, exactly. Perfect.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
that.
Now we know what to get you for Christmas.
No, and I sucked into the countertop the first time, so apparently it's very easy. I just didn't know you
All
had
right, so
to do
Chef,
that.
you're spreading out the apples.
Oh,
You
yeah.
cut up the apples.
Yeah.
All right, ladies, we've moved on now.
They're still mesmerized over
You've
there.
cut up the apples now, and you're laying them into the dough.
Exactly. And we're gonna put the mix.
Oh,
Don't forget the
cinnamon.
cinnamon.
Oh.
You know, I've since learned the difference between ground cinnamon and cinnamon powder. That you always
And
want
don't
ground
forget
cinnamon.
the Calvados.
Oh, yes, of course not. What is this?
What is that?
What is
Wine?
this? It's spirit of apple from France.
Okay.
That's really important. If you forget, your grandmother gonna call you like, hey, that's not good.
So you said this is more of a countryside dessert. This
Exactly.
Is, you know, this is something that we could attempt to do.
Like
He
if I
hasn't
go
met
to
us
take
yet.
the coffee with my grandmother, they're gonna make me a Normandy toast every time.
Okay, so it's more of a family,
But it's gonna
you know,
be
sit down
good.
with the family.
I can smell the liquor in
It
that.
smells
Yeah.
great.
Wait.
Okay.
Wait.
Thank you so much.
You're
Well,
welcome.
It's got to be good.
Yeah, and we're gonna put in
Great.
the magic oven.
Oh,
Yes. All right. So it looks
Yes.
like you combine the mixtures, spread it around a little bit.
Yeah.
Luckily, we only have about a minute left,
Hey,
but
fine.
we do have.
Let's go to magic oven
set
and
a
see what you
magic
can.
Magic oven,
And here comes.
and here
The
it
finished
comes.
product.
Heart.
Oh, my.
Oh my gosh.
That looks amazing.
Look at how like
How long is
this.
it in the oven?
Like 40, 45 minutes.
All right, I'm going to ask Bobette to start serving up some of the tart for us. Thank
can
you,
I?
Chef. Don't forget, you can find C'est La Vie downtown Sarasota. You can also find them at University Town Center. You also provide all of the pastries for Lolita in the Rosemary District. So you've many places to taste Chef Antoine's desserts. Nikki, thank you so much for being here. What a great week. This is going to be Age-Friendly Week here on Suncoast View. Tune in every day this week for some different tips on how you can be age-friendly. In the meantime, we're going to dig into the tart. Don't you forget, take some time, enjoy the Suncoast View.